What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Deep Tub Podcast. I am Omer Labak. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. Now, today we're going to be talking about my favorite and honestly most beneficial tips if you are considering starting a social media page, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is. In my opinion, the same rules kind of apply for every single one. Now I'm gonna start this off by saying, am I some sort of big social media creator? No. Do I make tons of money doing social media? No. But have I been able to create some sort of community and some sort of decent following that does greatly help my business? And it's honestly a huge shout out to all of you guys. Yes. Now, the first thing I'm going to say, which might come off as pretty cliche, mindset is everything. And now, like, what's mindset? Like, this is BS. Like, how do I get like a mindset if I'm not like born with it? Like, whatever it is, like, however you look at what having a mindset is, like the right mindset. I guess I would give a big shout out to a person like Gary Vee, who preaches posting content, whether it be about literally anything, whether you're a realtor, a plumber, whether you work at a wine store like he did. He believes that every single person should be posting something online because eventually you will gain some sort of following because you'll get better at making the content. You'll get more comfortable from the camera, like different stuff like that. But the most important thing he preaches is that you don't care what people think about you, which in my opinion, and I've suffered from this also, is like 99% of the time why people don't start posting on social media, because it's like, oh, it's embarrassing. Oh, what if my classmates see my videos? What if this person sees my video? What if this family member sees my video? All of that, which, trust me, I completely understand, because it is that is a huge challenge to get like past mentally, to be able to like hit the record button and then hit the post button for everyone to see. But listen, obviously this is easier said than done, but you just can't give a shit about what a single thing that someone has to think about you, because at the end of the day, like, if you have something that you want to make content about, and like, and you know deep down that like you could make content about whatever it is that you're doing, and you don't do it because of other people, at the end of the day, we're all out here living like separate lives, and we're all out here just trying to make it on our own. And we don't really care about, unless it's like close friends, family, whatever, like we don't really care about what other people are doing. Like, we're all just kind of trying to make it on our own, which just sounds pretty selfish, but in my opinion, that's kind of like the reality of the world. So if you're going to care about what other people are going to think about you, like if they think you're going to talk weird, look weird, whatever, if you're not funny, it really, these people shouldn't matter, because at the end of the day, like, if you're going to make a decision to not chase like a dream because of other people, I mean, you got to have some sort of accountability for that, because at the end of the day, like, if you want to be successful, and I'm not saying I'm successful in any way, you got to go out there and take it. So that's all I'm going to say about that in terms of mindset. So yeah, very simple. I mean, it's easier said than done. Again, don't care about what people think. Do whatever it is that you want to do. That's it. Like, if you want to make videos on TikTok, start making videos on TikTok. If you want to start posting long form on YouTube, start posting long form on YouTube, however it is. Now, another thing that kind of ties into the mindset, which I guess would be like my personal tip, is being consistent. Now, of course, I'm sure you've seen a million YouTube videos of people explaining how, or trying to teach like how you could grow a following on social media. And like, one of the first thing they say is mindset, and the second is being consistent, or consistency. Now, the thing is, outside of the mindset, because you can't do any of this without the right mindset, because at the end of the day, you'll just get gassed out and you'll stop. So that's why the mindset is like super important. But in terms of consistency, at the end of the day, in my opinion, I feel like it's never been easier to get big on social media, especially with things like TikTok and Instagram Reels and like all these like short form content things. That's why every other person is like an internet celebrity nowadays. The ultimate thing is getting in favor of the algorithm. So you're not necessarily building like a community one by one, like how it used to be in the past. Now you're kind of trying to do things that the automatic computer algorithm that these social media platforms use, like, ends up taking up your video and presenting it to millions, thousands, whatever of people. So with this, you kind of have to start testing out different styles of content. So in my case, it's real estate. I'm a realtor, so I go around and I take videos of apartments, right? So I remember the first time I took a video of an apartment, like I literally took my phone, I put it next to my mouth because I didn't even know you could do voiceovers on the app. I thought that you had to like do it on the computer editing. By the way, I suck at like editing. I suck at all that stuff, like computer stuff. Like I'm really bad at it and it overwhelms me. And like that was like a big thing for me to like, that was like a big mental hurdle for me to have to jump over in order to start. So yeah, I didn't even know you could do a voiceover. So I'm literally with my phone up against my mouth, like trying to talk, like, and it's like so like uncomfortable and clunky and weird because it's like, okay, on one hand, I'm like, I have to do the voiceover so you could hear me clearly. So my phone is like next to my mouth, but on another hand, like I have to like open the door, which like moves in my right hand, which I'm using to record. Big mess. But whatever, I tried, didn't work. Like by didn't work, I mean, it just didn't get that many views. So you have to start doing a different style. So I started speeding up my clips. I started like looking at how other creators made their videos that are in the same like niche as me and kind of emulated them in a way, but obviously kept my own twist. Because at the end of the day, especially with how social media is nowadays, you're not going to reinvent the wheel. I mean, you could try. I just think like that's not the most efficient way to go about things. Because at the end of the day, like we're trying to get the ball rolling here. And I mean, you could try to do that and it works for some people. And like, honestly, people get very big off of doing that, but I kind of like playing my odds, right. So if I see like multiple people are doing something and it's working and it's kind of similar, but at the end of the day, we're all different. So we all have our own voices, style, mannerism, like whatever it is. So that would work for them. So that's how it ended up working for me. So let's say you're in gaming, you're in fashion, you're in whatever it is, eating food in front of the camera. You got to do that in a bunch of different ways if you're going to start an account from zero until something clicks with the algorithm. And trust me, like it could happen on your second video, it could happen on your 50th video, but that's why the mindset kind of ties into all of this, because you can't get tired before the algorithm starts catching your videos. And now the beautiful thing about that is that as soon as you post something and the algorithm picks it up, let's say you're used to getting, I don't know, between 10 to 50 views a video, right? Which is not much, obviously. Maybe like half of that is like your friends and family. So, but now you posted a video and it has 1,500 views or 2,000 views, something like that. Something that's a huge outlier compared to the rest of your content. So once you see something like that, you can't just be like, oh, okay, so now let me just try to do a bunch of other different things. You have to like be very conscious of what's happening, like when you're posting content. So if you're going to post a video, let's say, and it gets 2,000 views when you're used to getting 50 views a video, what you have to do is very simple. That's why these social media platforms make it very simple nowadays. Rinse and repeat. Now, obviously, you can't repost the same video over and over again, of course. But what you do is you take that style, whatever it is that you did, whether it be the way your intro was formatted, whether it be the way you acted in front of the camera, it could be a million different things. You have to rinse and repeat. So in my case, it was a video, right? Like it was an apartment video. And I remember what worked for me was that I asked a question in the beginning of the video. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like, would you rent this or whatever, something like that along those lines. So I realized, okay, wow. So what's the difference between this video that I made and the last 10 videos that I made? This one I asked a question in the beginning. So I was like, you know what? Let me do the exact same thing. Let me go to a different apartment. Let me find something that I could ask about the apartment. Let me ask in the beginning of the video and kind of go through my regular routine after that. And it worked. And I got a very similar amount of views again. And then it happened again and again and again and again until you eventually get comfortable and you kind of get used to it and you kind of things start clicking. You're like, okay, so now I realize this part of my video matches this part of that video that did well, so that's why this is doing well. It kind of just starts making sense. It develops slowly, and you start getting more confident. You start gaining like a higher understanding of what it is that you're doing with your content. So that's like really, really important. And now, again, going back to the mindset, because in my opinion, mindset and consistency are the two most important things for social media. As cliche as they sound, I mean, I'm trying to give you like the rawest information possible and like kind of tie it back to what I did. But yeah, you just can't stop. And honestly, you have to post every day. In my opinion, like, once you decide this is it, I'm going to start posting, whether it be about shoes, clothing, watches, whatever it is, you have to do it every single day. And now you should try to do it at the highest level every single day, meaning don't like post like stupid like filler videos. Like if you know like your gut will tell you whether or not like a video you're going to post is like up to your standard or not. So you got to really try your best, because at the end of the day, it's a serious grind. You have to treat it like a job. You have to treat it like, if you don't post this video today, you're not gonna make any money, or you're not gonna be able to eat today. Like, it has to be like as serious as it is, as serious as your 9 to 5, as serious as whatever it is that you're doing. That's how you have to treat social media for it to click and actually become beneficial to you. Now, in my case, social media completely changed the game for me. I went from having to like pretty much rely on certain websites as a like a realtor. Like in New York, we have StreetEasy, we have RentHop, like a bunch of different websites. So I kind of had to rely on leads from there in order to grow my business, which is very, very difficult to create any sort of like consistency within that business, the real estate agent business. But social media gave me this whole new funnel of potential leads and potential clients and customers, which is awesome, because like it's crazy because they get to see my videos. They kind of understand who I am. They kind of know me before they even meet me, which is like not something you ever get with clients from like normal clients from these other websites, or these like traditional routes of getting leads for real estate. So it really just completely changed the game for me. Now, honestly, real estate is just one small like sector of what social media could help you with. Like now that I've been doing this, I tell all my friends, I tell all the people I talk to, I tell my barber, I tell my cousins, I tell everyone that they need to hop on social media in order to grow whatever it is that they're trying to do. And yeah, and the biggest thing I tell them is that they have to post every single day. You have to not care what people have to say about you. You have to be as entertaining as possible, meaning like, and obviously again, that's another very like broad general thing. But again, the beautiful thing about short form content especially is that you could easily look up other creators who are doing pretty much the same thing as you, and see how they do it and see what works for them. Because once you're going to start realizing that, yes, we're all original in kind of our own way, but like the macro reason why our videos are doing well is because they're hitting with the algorithm, which is the most important thing. And there's certain things that the algorithm, I don't know what it is. It's like this magical thing, the algorithm, that it picks up on certain things that favors and that they believe, I guess, will turn over the most ad revenue, whatever it is. You're never going to know the answer. You're never going to know why things are how they are. That's not really your job. Your job is to figure out what works for you and your videos, because that will get it in front of the biggest audience, which will in turn give you clients, money, whatever it is that you're striving for with social media. In my case, like I remember growing up a lot and like growing up and watching a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of different YouTubers, and like a lot of them like say like they love it, like they love it for what it is, like they love like the creative aspect of it and all of that, which is totally cool. And I honestly agree with that. I think it's a really cool like creative outlet, to be able to like kind of take what's in your brain and kind of put it out there. It's really cool, honestly. But this whole like notion of having to like love it for the love of YouTube or for the love of TikTok, I don't necessarily buy into that. I think that if you have goals for growing a certain business especially, and this is clearly the best way to do it, you kind of just have to do it. That's how I felt, because for me, the way I started, and I mentioned this in the first episode, guys, don't forget to check that out. I'll put like a card here so you could easily go back to the first episode. I did mention that I was just randomly scrolling on TikTok, as I usually do, and I just saw a realtor that posts videos. His clips are literally like the clips I have on my phone, because I'm a realtor. I'm gonna cut this very short because I did mention this in the first episode, but I basically was like, hey, if he's doing it, I could do it too. So that's how it started. It was never like this thing where, oh my God, like I have to like release this creative energy or anything like that. That's never what it was. I think that's honestly really like unrelatable, to say like that you have to, that the only reason you're successful on social media is because it's like, oh, you always did it for like the love of the game. I don't necessarily buy into that. I think that honestly that would turn a lot of people away from doing social media. For me, it's mainly like getting exposure for whatever it is that you're doing, business, real estate, again, whatever it is. So that's super, super important. And listen, another tip I have is that you got to keep trying different things. Like, just because one thing worked, you can sort of like milk it for a while, use that style, garner a bit of a following from that. And then what you can do is keep trying different things, because once the algorithm kind of favors your page more and more over time, you can kind of get like the freedom to try different things, and you kind of don't feel as bad, you don't feel as like set back, because you kind of know that you have this like base that really like messes with your videos and they really like it. And I'm honestly super appreciative for all you guys that watch my videos. It's been crazy. I see this going to like really big places. I'm already talking to people who I've never thought in a million years I'd be talking to, which is really cool. And it's starting to make me feel like I'm actually going in the right direction, which is just honestly it's a huge blessing. And I thank you guys for that. And I'm going to keep pumping out this content and just like keep leveling up, and we'll see where this thing will go. So that's really awesome. So yeah, changing up what you do, also really important. I was literally just talking to one of my best friends about this, because he is actually a drop shipper, and he does really well. And he like basically he has a different perspective on this whole thing, because he like pays creators to promote his products that he sells. So he like has like a very targeted reason for why he'll hire you to make videos for his products. Like, he has very specific things that he looks for. So he kind of has that different angle on how content should be made. So me and him were talking. We were literally just walking around the Diamond District in New York City on 47th Street, and he was basically telling me like, listen, you gotta like change it up. You gotta, because we were talking about another big creator. I'm sure you guys, I don't know what side of TikTok you guys are on, but if you guys like anything about jewelry, watches, anything like that, then you've probably heard of Vucom, which is a creator that me and him have followed since he had less than 100,000 followers. And then within like a month or two, guy exploded, has like 2 million followers on TikTok, whatever it is. He's really killing it. Shout out to him. Like really cool guy. We actually ended up running into him. But yeah, and he was telling me basically like, listen, you do want to have that go for you, like, you got to change it up, you got to do different things. And like, he's 100% right. So that's what we're going to try and do. You have to treat this like a business. You have to treat this like it's very, as much as it is like cool and fun, like for me, it's like, it's pretty serious doing social media, because it really could be the difference between a business working and a business failing. That's just my opinion on it. But of course, I'm like super, super appreciative for everyone who like tunes in, likes, comments, the whole thing. It's like, it's really surreal. And I don't want it to sound like it's like purely like for like business and all of that, because I really do appreciate it. And it's like really crazy, and it's a serious grind, but it's like, it's fun for me. Like, you kind of get used to it. You kind of like gain this confidence, like this creative confidence, of being able to like bounce ideas off of people, and like bounce ideas off of yourself and off your previous content and all of that, which is really awesome. So yeah, I mean, listen, another huge thing is just don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, because once you start overthinking, you just don't go anywhere. You kind of get stuck in this mental quicksand, and it's really hard to get out of. You just got to do it, whatever it is. Like, if you like shoes, if you like any, like, I mean, I'm trying to think about like a million different things. Like, I have a cousin who started a startup, and I was telling him like, listen, why not just post content about it? I have someone who I know someone who's trying to resell clothing. Why not post content about it? Like, it can only help, you know what I mean? And it's usually I don't want people to see, I don't want people to know, I don't want to get in front of the camera, this and that. And it's like, I've thought about it, but I'm not gonna do it. Like, this is what's going to separate yourself, in my opinion. If you're able to get to from a place of kind of being concerned about what people will think, or just not being confident in front of the camera, and you end up doing it, and obviously you're going to suck in the beginning. Everyone sucks in the beginning at anything. That's what's going to separate you, of course, like, and then if you stick to it, eventually it'll work. I genuinely believe that if you just don't quit and whatever it is, like, it'll just end up working. If you're doing it right, and you're learning about it, and you're growing intellectually, creatively, whatever it is, you'll just get better. And getting better means the algorithm will favor you, and more people will get to see your content, which is at the end of the day the goal for all of us. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys kind of take this and actually like do something productive with it, meaning like actually go out there, film your first video, make that TikTok account, make that YouTube channel, whatever it is. I mean, I'm as normal of a person as it gets. Like I always think like people who are like make it really big on social media, like they like sign some sort of deal with the devil and like that's what made their thing go off. It's all dumb. You just got to do it. That's all it is. Like I'm literally like, I decided to make videos like a year ago, stayed consistent, and thank God things are sort of working out. So that's pretty much it. Like that's like as raw, as real as it's gonna pretty much get. So just to kind of like outline it back, we said mindset, consistency, trying new things, not overthinking. It's all pretty simple stuff. And I think like deep down we all know what we're supposed to be doing. Especially when it comes to like things like starting social media or the business that you're in, or let's say even school, whatever. It honestly doesn't even have to do with anything that's like productive. Just with anything in life, we kind of all know what we're supposed to be doing. So you just got to do it. Don't care if like you use this video as like the push to start creating content, because I doubt you'll regret it. And if someone thinks you're weird for doing it, fuck them. Like that's like all I could say. Like if you're gonna start pursuing something and someone tells you that you're weird or why are you doing this or that, they weren't meant to be like part of your life anyway. Like they're just haters, whatever. Once you start gaining a following, those same people are gonna be like, how can I do this also? Like everyone flips. So it's just a matter of time. You got to get through that like growing pain process, like time period. Because people are listening, people are going to talk shit, people are going to think you're weird. That's just the reality. And like if you look at anyone who's done like great things, and again, I'm not saying I'm that person because I'm still in that phase of where I'm figuring things out. I'm like figuring out my business, me being a realtor, me being in New York, like me being a content creator now. Like I'm still in this like process of figuring out things, but these are like the basic things I've learned from when I started about a year ago to today. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I'm going to be trying my best to be uploading at least once a week. I know the last one was like 11, 12 days ago. It's just really, really crazy now because it's summer. So the rentals are really crazy and they just dominate a lot of my time. And it's hard to like set up my apartment to be able to like do the podcast. And by the way, I want to get like some sort of LED sign, put it up here, like make it really cool, like the deep tub. And I'm going to put the new logo. I'm really excited. I'm really going to take this very seriously. New episodes, expect them every week. I know this time around did not work out so well, but I'm going to carve out time to do it. So yeah, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell, and I'll have all my other social medias in my bio. Peace, guys. Look forward to the next one.